Thank you for asking. So what brings you in today? What's going on?
I recently started an internship, and it's a school psychology internship, which is what I'm going to be going to school for.
Oh, cool.
And yes, it's very rewarding. And recently on Thursday, I kind of had this experience. I'd say different to anything I've ever had before. As like, this little girl, she's 6. She can't talk. She's nonverbal. And she speaks on an iPad. And there's just so she has a co-op preschool and a regular preschool, and in the co-op preschool she does fantastic, and like the people are all working with her and they're great, and like the teachers were so kind, so nice, really welcoming. And then it's almost like the minute she steps into her regular preschool, she's constantly squealing.
Okay.
And so like we were there to basically observe her and see why she's squealing. And every time she was squealing, it was all communicative. Like, she wanted to speak like the other kids. But what we noticed in the regular preschool was she's just constantly getting shut down. Like, she would squeal, they'd immediately take her out of the room. Like, they would just isolate her and not kind of feed into, like, what she was trying to say. And so I've just been having a really hard time with the fact that I can't do anything about it.
Okay.
Like, I can be there, but like I can't be an actual advocate for her.
Yeah, and I can see how that would be frustrating. So let me get this clear. So she has 2 schools or 2 classrooms that she goes into, and one of them is more accepting than the other, correct? And then when she goes back to the regular one, they isolate her because of the way that she chooses to verbalize her feelings.
Yes.
Okay, which is by
Correct.
Squealing.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I can see how that is extremely frustrating, especially considering she's only 6, you said? Yeah, have you talked to your superiors about what you should do?
Yeah, I've definitely talked to, her name's Alicia, I've talked to her a lot. And she's like feeling the same way as me, so it kind of like, it makes me feel better that like we can talk about it and kind of get over it.
You're just kind of on the same plane.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
And she's awesome. Like, even like some of the stuff I've said, she's kind of implemented and like thought about. Like, she hugs. This little girl hugs everybody in the room, but she won't hug her regular classroom teachers.
She's those regular classroom
She
teachers?
will not hug them.
Ones that she won't. Okay.
No, but she'll hug her co-op preschool teacher. She'll hug her teacher assistant. She'll hug me. She even hugged me. Like, every time she sees me now, she hugs me. She'll hug Alicia, and it's like, why isn't she hugging those other teachers?
Yeah.
And I kind of noticed like some aggressive behavior towards this little girl too, and just kind of the stuff I've heard from like the meetings that they've had, and they've had to have multiple meetings about this. And it just like really bothers me that sometimes I'm like, past couple nights I've been like kind of staying up at night because I'm like, how do I help? But I can't, you know, because I don't have the jurisdiction, like I don't have any credibility to do so.
Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from on that. Have your superiors tried to do anything about? Have they tried getting her out of that classroom as a whole?
They're not gonna do that because that'd be kind of giving the teacher what she wants, because the teacher's advocating to get her out of the classroom because basically she doesn't want to deal with her. So I don't think they're ever gonna do that. And she's the only preschool teacher. It's only her.
It's only there's. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a very small town.
Yeah, that's a good point about giving the teacher what they want by taking her out. And I didn't think about that. So that's a good point.
Well, I also think that like the teacher needs to learn how to work with kids with special needs. Like,
absolutely, it
like,
is.
That's just the way
it's
is.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that, especially as a preschool teacher. Yeah, that is a really important thing to do, and it seems as if maybe she just doesn't know how to. Do you think the teacher doesn't know how to work with the child, or just chooses not to?
I think she chooses not to. Like, she doesn't want to.
She could give the effort, but she just doesn't want to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is very frustrating. If you were to do something about it, what would you do?
I'd be in the meeting, and I would be basically raising hell.
Yeah.
I'd be causing a problem. I think a lot of people are being too nice about it. I think her parents are being too nice about it, and especially like when I saw that aggressive component, and I mentioned it to Alicia, and she said she's never really noticed that before. I think that adds a whole new layer because that was when we were there, and I don't know what happens when we're not there.
Yeah, and I think you being there and adding that new perspective is, as it is advocating for that little girl, whether you feel that way or not. It definitely is, because they're adding another perspective that the parents get to see, that your superiors get to see, that the teachers get to see. So that's advocating for it in a different way that maybe you're not even realizing.